One of my biggest mistakes in this whole thing, when I first started out, was allowing my server to become a refuge for the raped. I'm stealing this from Malcolm because I thought it was funny. One of my biggest mistakes was allowing my server to become a refuge for Lyo's detractors. So the Kumu. I should not have allowed, like, I never wanted it to be that, and I would listen when people were telling me, don't let it be a refuge for the raped, alright? It's like, I was constantly fighting this. Thankfully, thank God, I don't have to do this anymore. It's so much more freeing to just run a server where if I don't like you anymore, you're out, you know? And I should have taken people's advice and ran my server like that when it was public. But like I'm a big proponent of not freedom of speech, but like freedom to, if you're not like breaking any rules, or you're not like being a hateful person, or you're not just screaming I'm gonna fucking kill myself like Sasu did, and that's why I kicked him out. If you're not doing shit like that, I feel like you have the right to come in and complain about whatever you want. We even had a channel specifically, we still do, we have a channel specifically for religion, philosophy, politics, and Final Fantasy XIV. All of those in one channel. Like, I've never been a fan of saying, you can't talk about that here, get out. But that also opens the door to your server becoming the refuge for the raped. I'm sorry, that was a mistake of mine, but at the same time, it's like, I think shutting that shit down would have gone against my personal convictions about it, and that's why I didn't do that. It's not because I wanted to, like, hear all the juicy... I mean, there were so many people that would just send me, like, paid, like, screenshots upon screenshots of, like, look at this thing that Lyo did to me. Look at this entire Google Doc of stuff that Lyo did to me. Talk about it. And I would just ignore it. Because that's never what I wanted to be. I didn't want to be that guy that was like, look at what he did there, and there, and there, and oh my god, he's so bad. Look at this photograph! People did that to me too. Yeah, and we just ignored it. But yeah, it doesn't mean it wasn't a mistake, but I feel like if like in that moment, it's the best choice I could have made. Now, I would have been a lot more picky about the people I let in and out, right? Let out, as if I wouldn't let people out of the server. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's unfortunate, but like, I had to learn a lot throughout the past year and a half of like, there are so many things I would have done differently, especially with, like, Kumo and Vlad, and me just sort of being like... Because, like, I was still new to commentary, right? Like, you can absorb a lot through osmosis of listening to commentary for years, but actually, like, being kind of involved in commentary was something that was completely foreign to me. And I think it's a lot harder to make the right decisions when you're in the middle of it. That's why hindsight is 20/20. But yeah, I feel like I've learned a lot, and I'm taking that going forward as to what to do and what not to do from here on out. And I think the biggest thing I learned was just to stick to my guns, stick to my convictions, and if someone tells me I'm being a bitch, or I'm being an asshole, or I'm being a pussy for kicking somebody out because I don't like the cut of their jib anymore, I just have to suck it up and just be like, you know what, I don't like this person anymore, I don't like the cut of their jib, you're out, I'm sorry. You know? I think that's what I should have done from the get-go, but yeah, it's hard to know that when you... It's hard to know what you don't know, I guess. Anyway, this is the hour of the Yapla. I'm so sorry, guys.